since the last time I fought, obviously I was preparing for the Amari fight on Cage Steel. I think that's probably the last time I spoke to you actually. Suffered a tear to my MCL, which fortunately was a low grade tear, as well as popping my ankle in a wrestling session. So focused on rehab up until about Christmas time. After Christmas, got the all clear to go back to full training, and I've just been hammering it since then. Made the move to ASW in Manchester, training with Cameron Atakura over there, and then just been hammering it since then really. I was hoping to fight in February, which didn't happen, so I just carried on plodding through really, helping the lads at ASW get ready for their fights. Kept myself basically in a fight camp the whole time pretty much, prepping for this fight.
Yeah. I was good about that when that got cancelled, that last one on Cage Steel. There's definitely a matchup on the card.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it. It was a good matchup.
Yeah, I would say, mate. Obviously, I respect Amari. He's a great competitor and that, and obviously his styles both predominantly going to be stand-up. So I was looking forward to the fight as well, and obviously is a good name for me to try and get on my record as well. There's a lot of exposure involved with fighting a guy at his level and his standard. So yeah, I was unfortunate about the fight, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, we move forwards and just try climb back up there and get some more fights.
Yeah, do you think that is a matchup that we made again? So obviously having similar styles, like you were saying.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like if we're fighting in the same weight class and stuff, I'm sure we'll meet each other at some stage. I think he's fighting on a different promotion now that he's signed to. So, but yeah, I'm sure at some stage, obviously, we both want to progress as far as we can. I'm sure we'll end up meeting each other down the line at some point.
Yeah. You said you were training out of ASW now. How's that been?
Yeah, great. So I made the transition over to ASW. Initially was just training there once a week, twice a week sometimes, just to try really focus on my wrestling and my grappling aspect. Obviously they're well renowned for that style. So I went there really to try work on that, and then just ended up being a really good fit. Got on well with all the lads there. Got on really well with Cam, the coach, and I think it was just a really good fit for me to be in that gym and in that space working with those guys. So yeah, and since making the switch, definitely seen a big improvement in that area for me, and just my MMA game in the whole, blending all the styles together.
In your grappling?
Yeah, massively in my grappling, but just like more specifically for MMA, not just grappling in general. Do you know, like I feel like the way Cam's got the team working over there, it's a good blend between the styles, so going from your striking to the grappling exchange, but like that in between, you know, instead of just it being purely like, right, let's go at wrestling, it's the wrestling for MMA. So all the drills we do, there's like the MMA element, like if we grapple, it's grappling with gloves on and you can be punching and stuff as well. So you never just like work in one discipline.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something you see as the sport's like evolving. It's less training just wrestling, just boxing. It's more just training MMA, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As one thing, instead of having to do the train separately and then bring it all together almost yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I think coaches are getting a bit more like broad-minded as well, studying more tape, you know, on how we can blend stuff together. Because you see it loads. You see like good guys who come from like good jiu-jitsu backgrounds, and they might grapple with someone who's just a decent wrestler and they get smashed because they're just not used to getting punched in the face, and then vice versa, you get like a good striker who's normally knocking everyone out, but then because he's scared of getting wrestled, all of a sudden he gets caught. You know, like Conor and Khabib, like when Khabib dropped Conor, you know, that only worked because Conor was so concerned for the takedown, you know, and you see that like people coming from a strict one style of discipline, almost it's like a level playing field in MMA, so you've got to get good at everything to be able to deal with that.
Yeah. I think you said you were going down there once or twice a week before. How have you been splitting your time now between there and obviously here, your own gym?
Yeah, so I train here Mondays, Wednesday nights and Fridays. I like my main days for training here and joining in the classes. The rest of my time's predominantly coaching on the evenings, other than doing like S&C and low output workouts. And then I'm going over to ASW 3 times a week every week now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find that balance is perfect. It means when I'm there, I can work really hard and then taper back on the sessions that I'm doing up here on the days that I need to, just to get that balance. So obviously I'm not breaking myself too much.
Yeah. What's the atmosphere like down there in the training?
Quality. It's the lads are all really sound, but everybody works hard. There ain't a single person in the room, you know, like just coasting. which is a really good environment to be in, because like you look round and everybody's putting the effort in, and that just like rubs off on you, because that's like the kind of style that I like to do when I train. Just like to get in, get made down, get on with it, and most of the lads there are the same. But as well as the serious aspect, it's all light-hearted. Like Cam's got a great sense of humour, so the lads that work there, like Solomon, Wickstead, which obviously make it more fun on the days where the grind is a little bit harder.
Yeah. Obviously, this upcoming fight for yourself on BMF, you were at their first event last year, because you obviously had fighters from your own gym on that card. What did you think of the event whilst you were there?
Yeah, I mean, I messaged Connor straight away afterwards, just said how amazing it was as an event, and the venue and everything. Like, obviously at Metrodome, it's a decent venue to have for events, and just the setup where they had the tables, the cage looked awesome, they had the big screen up and everything. It was just really well done, really well put together and organised. They were good with the runners. We knew when to get warming our lads up, how soon we had to get ready. They were giving us good information with that, and I think that comes because Connor's fought himself and has his own team, one of the promoters that is. So he understands it from like our point of view, like as opposed to just being the promoter. Like, he's been in our shoes, so he knows what like is good for us from a show or bad. Yeah.
Obviously, you were set to be fighting Dan Hepworth.
Yeah. From
Hardy Warhead. As you were just telling me, that's been cancelled. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so I think about 3-4 weeks ago, Dan accepted a fight, which was 2 weeks before our fight, or 2 weeks and a few days before our scheduled fight, which I thought was a risky thing to do anyway, in terms of like jeopardising our fight together. And then now it's been said that he's pulled out, he's withdrawn from our fight, which is disappointing, mate. Obviously trained hard to fight somebody, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, this is the fight game, people do pull out. Yeah, it's disappointing, but Connor and Steve are well on with finding a replacement. I think they've got somebody that have actually agreed to fight a lad already. I think they're just waiting for his management to confirm now, and I should still have a good opponent and be able to put on a good show as the main event on the night.
Yeah. You said you've already had that matchup cancelled once before already on a golden ticket.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight Dan on golden ticket. I took that fight, I think it was roughly a year ago. About a year before the Amari fight, I think it was going to be. And that fell through. I think he said at the time, he said it fell through due to injury, and again that were within about 3 to 2 weeks of the actual fight date, which again was another disappointing situation to be in. Yeah. We're there again.
Does it bother you at all, this sort of mess around in opponents approaching the night, or is it not really? You're not fussed as long as you've got someone in the cage with you on the night?
Yeah, obviously you want to fight good people. That's the thing though. It's like, obviously the lads that are serious about the sport and really want to get far, you're not going to get far fighting like rubbish opponents all the time. People want to see you fighting exciting fights against good guys. And as a competitor, I want to test myself. I want to test my skills. I believe I'm better than these people that I'm getting matched up with, and I believe I can win. And like, then fighting somebody who I feel like I could just beat getting off the couch is not satisfying in the slightest, So yeah, it is disappointing and it is frustrating, but at the same time you can only beat who's in front of you. And I'm sure like Connor and Steve, the guys that pulled up for me to fight, are still really legit guys. I'm sure they're in the gym consistently, so they'll be ready to go, because it's just under 3 weeks now till fight night, so I'm sure I'll get somebody good in stepping up.
Yeah. Were you sort of tailoring your training towards Dan at all, or was it?
Not specifically, if I'm honest, no. I felt like he was a little bit of an all-rounder, like okay everywhere, from my opinion of studying tape on him and stuff, but I felt like my skill set was much stronger, so for me it was just focusing on the stuff that I want to progress at and get good at. That was really what I was focusing on throughout most of the camp, as opposed to like tailoring it towards the one specific person. Yeah.
You're saying about working on your grappling skills at ASW earlier. Are you looking to showcase them on the night?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I've grown massively in confidence in that area. I've previously not really been to the floor in my fights, and that was due to my own ring craft and stuff like that. And obviously, my forte is on the feet, and that's where I like to fight. I feel like the fights are more exciting, and when me kicking somebody in the head or getting a knockout, is more entertaining for the crowd, and that's the style of fight I like to fight. But definitely my skill sets come on massively in the grappling department, and as well my confidence with that has risen massively due to the level of the room that I'm training in.
Yeah. Any of the other lads from your gym fighting on that BMF again that we should be watching out for? Yeah,
I've got a few lads on there, so you want to watch out for Joel Scully, one of my young up and coming prospects, 14-year-old lad. He'll be fighting K1 again. He fought K1 on the previous one and got himself a head kick TKO. And then Callum Walker, also 14 years old. He'll be doing his third MMA fight now, second one since he started training with us. And yeah, he's a really, really talented lad, and he's been really progressing in his skill sets, and I'm really looking forward to the show that he's going to put on, and show everybody who's come to watch like just how talented of a lad he is. And then we've got Jack Bell, who fought last on BMF also against Joe Ambler, which unfortunately the result didn't go our way in that tournament. But he's been in the gym making big improvements. He's always working hard, and he's a very entertaining fighter to watch. Again, similar to myself, wants to stand and hunt for the knockouts, and yeah, he's very entertaining. And he's got a great fight in Ryan McNally, so that'll be a really good one for the crowd to watch.
Yeah, I think it's good that also the previous show and again on this one they like showcase a lot of junior bouts, and it's good that they're like giving a lot of experience to some of the younger guys on a sort of professional stage.
Yeah, I'd agree. I find it a nightmare to find I've got Joel and Callum, two young lads who are super talented, and all you really get for them is to take them to these competitions where they have to pay to go. It's a fortune, like your WKOs and ISKA competition, stuff like that. It ends up being a fortune for them to go and compete, and the rounds will be like 1 minute rounds that they get to do, so they don't even really get a chance to get to work, if you get me. They might go and have one match in the day. So it's a little bit of a nightmare for them, trying to get good opposition and a chance to really showcase their abilities, because ultimately that's what they want to do. They work hard in the gym, they work harder than a lot of the adults in here, and they're super talented, and it's a shame that there's not as much opportunity for them to show everybody how good they are in the UK at the minute. But fortunately for us, Connor is a big advocate for that at BMF, and he's always happy to put on the junior bouts and give them that platform. Yeah.
What are sort of some of the skills you try and instill in some of the younger fighters at your gym from a younger age?
Yeah, so skill set wise, obviously a lot of them's tailored now towards MMA, so the striking style slightly adapted to that, having a bit of a deeper base as opposed to the narrower base for the K1. And the shot selection and stuff is a little bit different to what we would traditionally do for pure K1. But ultimately it's just them getting in here and getting well rounded from day one. Like, we've got a good jiu-jitsu program running here that they can get involved in. We let the more advanced juniors come to the adults class with that, so they're getting a good level of tutelage from a younger age. And the same with the kickboxing. Our kickboxing program's really, really advanced for our juniors. You can see from a lot of our videos, just from such a young age, how good they are. We've got 8-year-olds in here that kick harder than the adults, chopping people down with low kicks and stuff like that. So we've got a good structure in place really for them to learn and progress on.
Yeah. What's your sort of training looking like at this point?
So yeah, training 3 weeks out, it's still pretty much the same as it was at the start of camp in terms of the workload and stuff. I'm still going ASW 3 times a week, very intense sessions when we're over there, which I can't even speak now, thoroughly enjoy. Yeah, so that, and then Mondays is S&C, pad work and jiu-jitsu for myself, and then Fridays again pad work, S&C and then jiu-jitsu. And then on the weekends I generally try to rest and recover, ready to go again on Mondays.
Yeah, we start sort of tapering it off soon as it gets closer to fight night, or still keeping the intensity up?
Yeah, I'll still keep the intensity high over this next week. I feel like I generally just taper off the final week for myself personally. That's what works best, keeps me sharp, keeps my mind good as well, knowing that I've worked hard up until that final week, and then that final week take a lot of rest, still come to some sessions probably up until about the Wednesday. I'll still come into the gym and train, but just the intensity will be way less, and obviously trying not to risk the injuries. You know, there'll be no sparring, it'll be pad work, some drills, situational stuff, but nothing where there's like a risk of injury involved. Obviously we want to make it to fight night and ready to go.
Yeah. Are you excited to get back in there again after those injuries last year?
Yeah, like I say, I was super frustrated with the Amari fight and getting the injury for that. And then I was hoping to fight in February, which fell through. Couldn't happen, unfortunately. So to be finally back able to do it, it's probably been about a year since I last competed. So yeah, I'm like itching to get in there and get going. That was another reason why I was so gutted that Dan pulled out. Because obviously it just jeopardises the chance of fighting, but I just had to constantly need to get somebody straight away. Yeah, we need to make a fight happen.
What can people expect from you on the night?
Expect a more well-rounded game for myself. I really feel like I've levelled up in a lot of areas, and I'm eager to show everybody what I'm capable of.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate.